Romance scam gone wrong. Sources say Nomsa Jass was brutally murdered by scammer boyfriend. A joint operation between the North West and Gauteng police led to the arrest of a 29-year-old Mozambican national in connection with the brutal murder of a 26-year-old Nomsa Jass. Jass went missing on Sunday, August 25th, after she left her place of work in Potchefstroom, North West. Police say a missing person inquiry was registered at Potchefstroom police station on Monday, August 26th. Subsequently, her Volkswagen Polo Vivo vehicle was found at a mall in Springs, Gauteng province, said police spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Amanda Funani. An intelligence-driven operation led to the arrest of the suspect, and the partially decomposed body of Nomsa was discovered on Sunday, September 8, 2024, in the bushes along the R501 Road at Blybank in Carletonville. The alleged killer was charged with kidnapping, robbery, and murder. Investigations into the murder, including the search for the other suspects in the case, are underway. On Tuesday, police said the murder accused was expected to appear before the Oberhauser Magistrates Court in Carletonville. However, sources told IOL that the brutal murder is linked to the rampant romance scams where women in different parts of South Africa have been targeted by scammers and fleeced of millions of rands. Of the two killers, one of the men was her boyfriend. The men are from Mozambique. Apparently, they had hooked up on Facebook. The men were trying to scam her, one source told IOL. The killers thought she has money, but later found out that she is working at a pharmacy. She did not have the money they wanted. They kidnapped her because they thought they were going to get money from her. They later killed her because they were afraid that she was going to report them to police. IOL has approached the SA Police Service SAPS in Northwest within these allegations, and an update will be done once the SAP's response is received. Meanwhile, Provincial Police Commissioners in Northwest and Gauteng, Lieutenant General Selo Kwena and Lieutenant General Tomin Tombeni, have welcomed the arrest of the alleged killer. The police bosses vowed that no stone will be left unturned to ensure that justice is served for Jass. The two provincial police commissioners have also saluted the team of investigators for their tireless efforts that led to the breakthrough. IOL is running the #Scam series, where dozens of South African women have been frantically knocking on several doors after being knocked in romantic relationships by men who are not easily traceable. In a desperate bid to speak out, the scammed women from different parts of South Africa have regrouped, holding hands in their bid to raise awareness on the rampant romance scams. There are reports on other women quietly taking their own lives after it became apparent that what they had believed to be a promising love relationship was a scam from the onset, and the man they thought was their loving boyfriend was a thief and a fraudster. On the other hand, accused in Limpopo pigsty murders remain behind bars. A Limpopo pig farmer and his two co-accused will remain in custody after Makweng Magistrates Court on Tuesday postponed their matter to next month. Zachariah Jones Olivier, Murdoch de Ved, and William Musora face charges of murder, attempted murder, defeating the ends of justice, possession of firearms and ammunition. Musora, a foreign national, faces a further charge of contravening sections of the Illegal Immigration Act. National Prosecuting Authority spokesperson Mashudu Malabizangi said the state applied for a state case for the purpose to appeal in terms of Section 301, Subsection 1 of Act 51 of 1977 in pursuit of a decision of the magistrate whereby he made an order in favor of the accused, in terms of which the state was ordered to furnish Olivier with a copy of his statement that he made to police upon his arrest. The state received reasons for judgment on September 2nd, However, the reasons do not set forth the question of law, Malapitsangi said. The Director of Public Prosecutions has issued a certificate indicating that the bail application hearing be held in the Regional Court of Polokwane. The matter is postponed to October 2nd. The accused persons are remained in custody. It is alleged that the men shot dead two women, Maria Makato and Kutsai Ndlovu, last month while they were collecting dumped items at the Yomva farm. Ndlovu's husband was also shot, but he managed to escape. The woman's bodies were found in a pigsty. Meanwhile, woman shot dead at petrol station in Sydenham, Durban. A woman, believed to be in her 30s, was shot dead at a petrol station in Sydenham area on Tuesday morning. ALS paramedics said they responded to the shooting incident at a petrol station on R501 Road at around 7:30 a.m. Spokesperson Gareth Jamieson said paramedics arrived on the scene to find that a woman had sustained multiple gunshot wounds to her upper body and unfortunately she had already died. She was declared deceased on the scene by paramedics. Jamieson said at this stage the events leading up to the shooting was unknown. He said the South Africa Police Services SAPS were in the attendance and would be investigating further. Police have been approached for comments and will be added once received. In another shooting incident, well-known senior advocate for the South Africa Revenue Services SARS was shot and wounded in Durban's Umhlanga area in July. Gareth Naidu of KZN VIP Protection Services said it is alleged that a vehicle was entering a parking lot at a local hotel when gunmen opened fire at them from a nearby vehicle. They fired and the passenger was wounded. Suspects then fled in a silver Toyota Corolla. KZN VIP medics together with Netcare 911 and IPSS Medical Rescue were on scene and worked to stabilize the critically injured patient before rushing them to a medical facility for further care. And lastly, man sentenced for raping 7-year-old cousin on eve of her mother's funeral. A Gauteng man has been sentenced to life imprisonment in the Pretoria Magistrates Court for raping his 7-year-old cousin. The 27-year-old man from Atteridgeville cannot be named to protect the victims from secondary trauma. The court heard it was not the first time that a man had raped the young girl. Previously, he was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for raping the girl who was 5 years old at the time and her 10-year-old sister in 2017. After he only served 2 years of his sentence, he was released on parole. After his release on April 30, 2019, the court heard the man and the little girl were at their family home in Potchefstroom with the rest of the family preparing for the funeral of the child's mother. The court heard that during the day, while the family was conducting a home service, the girl was asked to fetch water from a tap in the yard. The man snatched her and dragged her into his room where he raped her. The girl immediately reported the incident and the matter was reported to police. On May 2, 2019, he handed himself over to Atteridgeville Police Station and has been in custody since. During the trial, he pleaded not guilty to the charges. However, the state was to prove its case beyond reasonable doubt. During sentencing proceedings, the man asked the court to consider the 5 years he spent in prison awaiting the finalization of the trial when imposing its sentence. State Advocate Drew Ramsamy argued that the court imposed a life sentence and argued the man's previous conviction did not deter him from committing the same offense to the same child. The fact that the man committed the same offense while out on parole shows his disregard for the law. He violated the child in a most gruesome way while mourning the passing of her mother. As an older cousin, he was supposed to protect the child, but instead he raped her, Ramsamy submitted. During sentencing, Magistrate Nosipo Chawu said the man showed no remorse and he never learned from the sentence of imprisonment he previously served for committing the same offense. Chawu further stated it was more heartless that the man violated the girl for the second time on the eve of her mother's funeral, who was reportedly murdered by her boyfriend. The man was sentenced to life imprisonment and further ordered that his name be added to the National Register for Sexual Offenders and the National Children's Register for not work with children. He was also declared unfit to possess a firearm. And that's it from Inches Crime. Stay tuned to ASA Criminals and Correctional Updates.